Hello, konnichiwa, bonjour. I'm pretty sure those are the only ways I know how to say hello. Annyeonghaseyo. Yeah, I know that because I've spent a year in Korea. Oh yeah, Japanese and French. Yeah, that's the only ones that ring a bell. Okay, I want you to go do your homework right now. I know that 70% of you just sat there and went, yeah, anyway, and then just went straight back to watching TV, which was the whole point of the last video. Don't fucking do that. So, go do that now. Figure out how much time you're spending in passive and active modes throughout your week, or just try with today. Start small, which is the theme of today, because we're going to be talking about the Slight Edge, which is a theme in the book Slight Edge. Makes sense, doesn't it? Well, you don't know what it is yet, so allow me to explain it to you, then afterwards you'll agree with me that my original premise was right. This is what the Slight Edge is. In every single situation, actually my dog's doing it right now, he's licking his balls. Good for you. Go Zeus! Good on you for keeping your manhood! I'm going to de-sex him in a couple of weeks. Anyway, look, I want you to think about this. In every single situation, right now, good on you. This is giving you a slight edge in life. So, thumbs up to you instead of some of those people that are sitting there going, I don't know, this isn't bitching and moaning like the majority of social media is. I don't think I'm ready to have anything positive in my life. I'm just going to go back to being a slug. I could just keep doing that for probably 2 minutes, but that's most people's lives. So it's good that you're doing this. So, the slight edge is, in every single scenario, are you doing something that is improving your life? Slightly, because nothing's just going to be one day everyone going, sir, I'd like to give you $1 million for you being you. It's not how it works. You start improving incrementally in life. You make tiny little gains, and over time that changes your trajectory. Really good example of this, you brush your teeth, don't you? There'll be one person there with 2 teeth that fall out at this point. Oh, I knew I forgot to do something my entire life. The point is that if you're brushing your teeth, they're going to be squeaky clean, which is great. Mum did a good job on that. Probably did some pretty shit jobs on some other things. I bet she was sitting there just going, I can't be fat cooking today. KFC every single Tuesday. That'll be most people's mums. But the thing is that if you started to brush your teeth, they're now healthy and clean, and you don't have all these gross gum diseases, and that's going to help you when you go for job interviews, because nobody likes looking at toothless Pete. It's also going to help you chew food, and the implement of 1 million uses. Keep going. Ooh, I'm needed in the basement. I can't think of any others, but obviously having teeth is a massive advantage over not having teeth. And it's because you did that slight little thing every single day, that ritual, that habit. If you're really nice and good 2 times a day, and did you floss? No one does. I mean, everybody tells their dentist, oh yeah, but obviously they know that you don't. But because of that, you have a better life as a result of that. It didn't improve your life in any visible way because it's just been there your whole point, but if it wasn't there, your life would be worse. This is the idea of the slight gain, or as it's actually known, I don't know why I called it that, it's just, look, I'm breathing too fast, you're not on my level here. I'm talking about the slight edge. Every single scenario. So, this is going to be your homework for this week, by the way, and then we'll just keep talking about it, but while we're on the subject, again, 10 things that you did today, preferably, or you can sit back and think about the week. And this is going to be a continual theme of this channel. I'm going to make you sit there and write things that you've done this week over and over again, so you're aware of what your habits are. Because, as Aristotle or Sophocles or one of them smart cunts, anyway, one of those really, the guy that everybody always sees, that every single statue of him is always, it's one of those Greek dudes. Shows the difference in where we are. One of the Greek dudes. He had this great quote, which is basically that a life that isn't reflected upon isn't worth living. And he's absolutely right. If you're not aware of what you're doing, your life is on autopilot. You need to be aware of what your habits are, so you can at least improve them. It's the 4 stages of learning. The first stage of learning is, I'm bad at stuff and I don't know why. So, if you're on that stage, that's great, good for you. That's 3 stages to go. You're at the base camp of Mount Everest. You're one of those people that goes, yeah, I climbed it. No, you didn't. You just went to where the Sherpa said, no, only experience climbers after that. But the point is that you can keep going further than that, right? Then it is, I know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm still doing the other thing. Then the next phase is, I now know what to do right, but I have to think about doing it. And then the final stage is, I'm doing the right thing, and I don't have to think about it anymore. This is why it's really important for you to note these slight edge moments. And so you can divvy it up any way that you want. Preferably you'll do 5-5. I want you to think about a time where you were consciously thinking, I could have that ice cream, but instead I'm just gonna have some almond nuts because they've got 50 megawatts of energy and ice cream has, if I just vaguely remember off the top of my head, 2. Don't look it up. It's got less. It's got less than the damn nuts. It's obviously better to be eating the nuts instead of the ice cream, okay? And obviously, after you eat the ice cream, it's just the yay, yay. And then you don't do anything for the next hour. So this is why it's really important for you to note, when was the point where you said, I could have done this, which would have made my life slightly worse, but I did this instead, and it made my life slightly better. Slight edge, go read the book. It's just this, except for in page form, but for like fucking 300 pages instead of 10 minutes. You need that much information. All right, so that's what I want you to do. And then the other time is also obviously when you just went, yeah, I could go to that thing that says, would you like beans with that? That's in most country towns, Lithgow, Bathurst, those are the only ones I know about. I've never seen it anywhere else outside of those places, so you don't even know what I'm talking about. But sumo salad or something like that, but instead you chose the KFC. I don't know why these are all eating related. I guess it's just because it's lunchtime. Let's just be honest about this. It's not actually 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Ooh, the magic of cameras. So, then, after that, I want you to write those down, which ones were where you gave yourself a slight edge or you slightly regressed in life. And then, keep this as a tool in your mind for the rest of your life. The idea of a slight edge. I noticed it the other day because I was sitting there watching television with a friend of mine who I actually went over there to say, hey, let's write this script for this music video that you really want to do. And he said, yeah, man, that'll be cool. Miss love. Anyway. And so we sat there and we watched the fucking Offspring on Channel 10. Who watches that shit? We found out later that it's pretty much every woman between the age of 30 and 40 that isn't married. Oh, so it has its purpose, but let's make sure that it's not you. Plenty of fish in the ocean, dolls. Yeah, let's make it slightly better. Okay? So what happened is we sat there and we were just watching that. We turned to each other at about, I don't know, 40 minutes in, which is kind of scary of how hypnotic television is, that even 40 minutes just goes straight past. You sit there and watch the ads. I forgot about that. You just go, oh, fucking ads. You can't even be bothered to change the damn channel. Some of you will just be like, oh, TV rookie, I know what to do. It's called a remote. Oh, we're both learning here. Slight edge in exchange for a remote. Fair trade. Okay, so I said to him, how about we go and do the music video instead? And you know why that happened to me? And I was the one that suggested it instead of him, because this is an automatic habit in my mind now. Every time I am doing a passive activity, if you don't know what that is, go watch a video from the last week. Every time I'm in passive mode, sometimes I'll sit there and I'll think, yeah, actually, you know what, I've earned it. I've been working my ass off this week. It's never true, you know. What do I do every week? I sit down for 12 hours a day and go, oh, jeez, I'm perfect. I know exactly how the blokes in the coal mines feel. But yeah, your brain gets tired. Sometimes you want to switch off. That's okay. Fine, you can do some passive things in your life. Just know that you've only got 100 years on this planet and you're going to die one day. So maybe you might want to reduce that a little bit and do something that's a little more worthwhile, a little more complex, a little denser, something that'll actually have a legacy instead of, I know what had happened at the end of Offspring Season 7. It was exactly the fucking same as what happened in Offspring Season 6. So I said to him, how about we go do that? And the reason why is because my brain is constantly thinking, what is going to give me the slight edge in this situation? I guess the slight edge in that situation was helping out a friend. Speaking of friends, get out of here, you damn lousy mutt. Oh, those bazungi balls are gonna go snippity very soon. Oh, he looks so sad about it. He knows what's gonna happen. Slight edge, okay? It's an incredible habit to have in the rest of your life because, just like the brushing the teeth, except for obviously infinitely better, in every scenario you will be thinking, what is going to improve me slightly in this instant? What can I do currently that is going to give me the slight edge? Have I said the word slight edge enough? Good. Happy music in the description as always. I think it's just going to be SimCity again because everyone's suggestions. No offense, but it's exactly like show and tell. I think even though we were supposed to listen to everybody else's in the group in kindergarten, mine was the most interesting yet again. I don't know, I just like the SimCity music. Use whatever ones you want, keep the suggestions coming, tell me some music that is happier than that, but then, while that music is playing, write down the 10 things this week that you did, 5 of them where you picked the thing that's going to improve your life, 5 of them where you picked the thing that was going to regress your life, and then feel sad about the ones that regress your life. And you think about that for the rest of the week. I'll see you next Sunday, you piece of shit. Nah, you're alright. Good on you. And click subscribe, please.